All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at GMS, and the Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity. So, yeah, I just want to do a little lesson going in on Jacob and Esau, because, it's important to see who our enemy is. And it's Esau, the so called white man. But I'll go into it. This is Genesis 25 and 23. I'll start at 22. So, like, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Yeah, the children struggled together within her that because she had twins. She was pregnant with twins. So even in the womb, Jacob and Esau, were like this. Uh, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Yeah, so she was pregnant with twins, with twins with two manner of people, two people, separate people, two nations, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And I mean, if you watch any like um, MMA or watch boxing or the football, basically any sport, you see who the strongest one is Jake. It's not Esau, but and the elder shall serve the younger. Yeah, that'll be in the kingdom. That's when the elder shall serve the younger. That's when Esau will be under subjection to Jacob. Because right now it's not. We're in his kingdom. We're in Esau's kingdom. Um, And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Yeah, so he came out red all over like a hairy garment. Which the reason he came out red because his skin, he had a leprosy. It was leprous, and his skin was translucent, and so you were able to see the blood through his skin. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. Yeah, so that goes back to, and the children struggled together within her. They were always fighting. They didn't like each other. And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Yeah, if you watch any like so like any like Discovery Channel, it's always Esau out there in the field, like exploring like the animals, hunting. Almost all the hunters are all Esau. Um, like he was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Yeah, Jake is plain. Jake doesn't go out do mountain climbing, skydiving, hunting. Jake just wants to chill, drink a 40, smoke blunts. You know what I mean? Um, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And it's a lot. This is when Esau sells his birthright to Jacob. I'll start at Genesis 25 and 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright to Jacob. Yeah, going in order, the Most High, he always gave the blessing to the oldest son. But in this case, Esau sold it to Jacob because he was hungry. He was about to faint. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Yeah, he despised his birthright, and this is I'll go into Genesis 27, which God talks about the blessing that Esau would receive. Genesis 27 and 28. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Yeah, he was, he was crying because he had sold his birthright. He regretted it. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven, and the dew of heaven from above. Yeah, which who runs the world? Who's the top nation in the world? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. They run everything. But now, that they're losing their power. It's all scriptural. Um, I'll get right here. I'll get just to back this scripture up. There's is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah, who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. They're the most wicked nation on the earth. They go around the world destroying everything, defiling everything. Food isn't even food anymore. It's just chemicals. Water, the water poison, everything is fucked up, just because Esau Edom has destroyed everything. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Yeah, he covered the face of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, like who he painted him as a so-called white man with blue eyes, long hair. He looks effeminate as fuck. That's what he covered the faces of the judge. If not, where and who is he? Yeah. And this is going back to Genesis 27:40. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. Yeah, by the sword he shall live, which the modern day sword is a gun, weapons, nukes, weapons of war, and he uses anything and everything. He tries to make it into a weapon. Food, to keep everybody in a low state. Um, Fucking TV, music, he uses as a weapon to keep our people spiritually low. They don't want us to go spiritually higher. They want to keep us in a low state. What else? Economy, money. He's turned into a weapon. He holds nations hostage just through the dollar, through money and tariffs he puts on people. So everything that he tries to use anything and everything as a weapon. Um, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So yeah, um, but yeah, here this is going to Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Yeah, so he sold it. He sold his birthright for one morsel of meat. It's like it was all spiritual. It was what was supposed to happen. Um, yeah, he's here. I'll go into Second Esdras. This is Second Esdras 6. I'll start at Second Esdras 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham into Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yeah, so Esau is going to be the end of the world. All this destruction is coming. It's going to be because Esau. But Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So Jake has the next kingdom, which is going to be run in righteousness. There everybody's going to rejoice when Jacob's rulership. The plants are going to rejoice. Because every person on outside of America hates America just because what they do, how wicked this place is. Like you travel outside of America, and you don't even want to tell people you're American because they'll just look at you like, fuck this dude. Everybody hates America. Um, and yeah, just to back this scripture up, there's his Obadiah 1:18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. Whew, man, that's 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 vicious. Yeah. So Jacob and Joseph, the 12 tribes and nations, they're gonna be the judges for Esau. Everything they've done up to this point, it's just stacking and stacking. There's a saying in the world where you just sweep it under the rug, sweep it under the rug. Well, that's what Esau's been doing the whole time, just sweeping shit under the rug, pretending it's not happening. Meanwhile, it's just stacking up. It's just the rug doesn't even cover all the dirt that's under the rug, and Esau just standing there, pretending like nothing's happening. A piece of garbage falls off the mountain of dirt that's he's standing on, and he kicks it away, pretend like he didn't see nothing. But yeah, that's Lord. Oh yeah, Salah. I got this book also that the apostle, I mean, Salah, the elder Malcolm, he put in one of his videos, which is it's called "A Star in the West: A Humble Attempt to Discover the Long Lost 10 Tribes of Israel." Yeah, in this it talks about how Gad, they knew back then, like why they were being overtaken, because they transgressed, went against the Most High. Here, I'll just go into it. The Indian informed him that one of their most ancient traditions was that a great while ago they had a common father who lived towards the rising of the sun and governed the whole world. It's talking about the Most High. It's talking about Yahweh, by whom he administered his government, or Salaki, that all the white people's heads were under his feet, that he had 12 sons by whom he administered his government. 12 sons, the 12 tribes of Israel, starting from Judah on down. That his authority was derived from the Great Spirit by virtue of some special gift from him. That the 12 sons behaved very bad and tyrannized over the people, abusing their power to a great degree, so as to offend the Great Spirit exceedingly. That he, being thus angry with them, suffered the white people to introduce spirituous liquors among them. Yeah, that's one of the weapons Esau used to overtake Gad. They gave him strong drink. Now you can even see it now. A lot of like the in the where Gad is in the reservations, uh, complete alcoholism overtaking the whole nation, because it kept trickling down from those days. Um, Spirituous liquors among them made them drunk, stole the special gift of the Great Spirit from them, and by this means usurped the power over them. And ever since, the Indians' heads were under the white people's feet. Yes, Esau took over, and Gad was under subjection to the so-called white man. And that's a spirit, because even when they were overtaking him, they called him the white devil. Um, But they also had a tradition that the time would come when the Indians would regain the gift of the Great Spirit from the white people. Whew. Yeah, so there's going to be a time coming where we're going to regain the gift from the so-called white man, which we're going to get that power back to be over them. And with it, their ancient power, when the white people's heads would be again under the Indians' feet. Man, hey, this truth is too beautiful, man. It's like th this book, man, the living word is the most beautiful thing to read. Like this is the complete truth, the Holy Bible. It's beautiful, scary at the same time. It encompasses everything. But yeah, Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at GMS and the acting pushing this word into truth and sincerity. Shalom.